Want to know how to make a huge mistake right before you start filming? Have an open bag of buttons on top of the things that you need for your filming. Buttons went everywhere. Hey neighbor, it's Ryan from Hippie Witches. Welcome back to another day of VLOGMAS. And it is like January 2nd. Why are you doing VLOGMAS still? I have 2 full-time jobs. I just do. So I didn't have time to finish everything. So you're going to get VLOGMAS after VLOGMAS, and you're going to like it. Thanks so much. Yeah, last week was chaotic. It was Christmas and then New Year's, and I have a day job and a bar gig, so I didn't get days off last week. That's not true. I had New Year's off, and I proceeded to do nothing. And I didn't film either, because I wanted some time for myself. Figured you would get content when I finish the content. If you're a true fan of the channel, you'll hang out and watch it. Sorry about it. Not sorry about it. Anyway, hi. We have so much yarn that I just haven't unboxed yet, and I want to do more of it. So I've picked out a few, well, Austin picked out a few, because that's how he contributes. As usual, especially now, because it is 2024, and one of my goals this year is to get sponsored by Waterdrop. We're going to do the Brew Crew. If you've been here before, you know this is nothing new. If you haven't, Brew Crew is something that we do at the beginning of each video. We grab a brew. Today it's going to be a Waterdrop from our advent calendar, but we grab a brew and just have it. It's part of the channel. If you would like to support the channel, you can join the Brew Crew and leave us a donation, and we might shout you out in one of our future videos. Do it. Have fun. Love flavors getting situated. A reminder, snow, blueberry, blackberry, and apple with other natural flavors. Sugar-free, calorie-free, vitamin C, thiamine, vitamin B12. All the healthy stuff. Let's move on. Back into the big advent calendar. I want the good stuff. In the last video, it was like, the good stuff's in here, and then I pulled out a drink pack. And I think today might be the day, because this is a pretty big box. Let's find out. Ooh. 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 This is a nice... I want to see if my lid fits. Hold, please. Remember this lid that I got from this video? It fits this. So this is a stainless steel cup. The little sippy. This is great. I'm honestly probably going to take this to work and use this for coffee, because my boss just bought us a coffee machine. So we can have coffee in the morning, which is lovely, because I'm up late, obviously, through editing or at the bar. Big fan. In my other video, Austin was watching it, and he was just like, you need to unwrap the yarns before, because it is so distracting to have the crinkle, like, terrible. Anyway, I'm going to show you this without crinkling it as much as I can. This is the Campfires and Cryptids collection from Dragon Hoard Yarn. I'm very excited for it. I was even smart enough to go on the website and try and find single photos of the yarn first. So, let's take these out of the package and get into it. While I'm doing that, this is what it looks like. Again, packaging from Dragon Hoard, Tristan's information on just a very plain business card, honestly. And then they have, depending on which package you get, because like, this is one that I'm going to do for a different video. And it has like a cartoon dragon on it. And then this one has like a smoky, makeup girlies, a smoky dragon sticker. So I don't really know what's going on there. They're just kind of like doing different stuff as they do it. This is the Cryptids and Campfires collection. I immediately knew I needed this. It is spooky things, and it looked fun. My only complaint, the names of the yarns are on there, but it doesn't specify why. So there's one that's like Carnivorous Unicorn, or She's Coming For You, but it doesn't explain where that inspiration came from, and I want to know. I want to know the story. And I don't want to have to go search all over the internet to find it. Tell me on the page. I want to know why you made this way. As a disclaimer, they aren't all available in the base that I got. This bundle I've got in the Myth sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's 92 yards and 20 grams for each colorway. So some of them in the photos, there was only like DK available, but at least lets you see the picture individually. They are a little darker or lighter depending on which ones you do, but I tried to get them as true as I could to what was here. And as we established when I did this one, the Wednesday Addams and the Mermaid Songs Collection from Dragon Hoard Yarn, the photos always look a bit brighter than the actual yarn does, which I find disappointing just because I want it to be as true as it can, especially with colors like this because they're so dark. In a lovely way. They're like really, really cool dark, but it doesn't highlight the colors as well. So let's get into it. This one is called Mothman Conspiracies. This is what it looks like in the photo. And this one is in the same base as this. And this is what it looks like, Makeup Girlies, in the actual yarn. Look at that. So can you focus, please? Move my fat head out of the way. There we go. It's got some fun dark colors in here. It honestly, in the photo, it reads way lighter than this does, which is disappointing because that color is gorgeous. That has fun, frothy bug-like colors, but I don't hate it. I think that this is a really cool dark base with lots of like coffee, orange, and like rusty colors in it, which is fun. Next we have The Howls of a Hellhound. They look nothing alike at all. This is so blue and like tealy, greeny. It's like that blue-black color that you think of. Obviously, the Hellhound makes sense to me there because like in the lore of them, that's what I think of. But in the actual yarn itself, it's just dark. Like I don't get the blues. And that's upsetting. There's definitely more like greens in here, like the foresty greens, but I don't get the blues in there, and that's a bummer because that color was really pretty prior to that. Which leads us right into our next disappointment, Iron Graveyard, because again, that doesn't look like that at all. That is so incredibly blue, so like ghostly corpse bride blue in the photo, and that is not what that looks like. That looks very washed out, honestly. It's a pretty color, like I like it, but don't tell me that those are the same color because they don't look anything alike. Pretty blue, but I was expecting that, and that's not what I got. Still, like, it's not as vibrant as that photo, so I want to know how the hell you did that. Like, how did you get it to be that bright? Next, we have, this one is Windy Boy. Again, kind of looks the same, Makeup Girlies, but not really. This one has a lot more of like dark greens in here versus the like yellows and light blues that show up in the photo. So not quite understanding that. Even looks darker than the actual photo of the bundle. I don't know. Dragon Hoard, I'm kind of torn with your yarn because they're not ugly by any means. Like, they're really pretty and I'm going to use them, but they're not accurate to the photo. And that, even if a yarn is like super, super pretty, is it worth buying a yarn that's pretty but not what it looks like? Especially if you're like me, where I plan patterns and things based on what I'm going to make with them. So like when I'm buying yarn, I look at the photo and I know what I want to make based on what those colors look like. So when they don't look that way in person, it changes the idea of what I want to do with the pattern. Anyone else? Tell me in the comments. Are you also like that? Or am I just a frickin' weirdo? River Child Beckons. Okay. The first, just on this one, Makeup Girlies. This is like super green and has the yellowy, like pale colors on the one side, but when you move the tag, there's so much more of this like creamy white faded color down here, and that is interesting because it looks like it's like if you put this in the middle and hold it, those look like two different yarns in one bundle. They look like those colors. Do you see what I'm saying here? That this looks very different than that. Or I'm going colorblind again. Who knows? I am looking into stage lights or studio light, whatever. YouTubers. And not an ugly color, but the photo of it has way more, you can see, it has like way more oranges in it, like pinky tones, and the greens are more along the like neon side, whereas this is more along the sage and mossy side. The next one, this one I think actually looks like it. So this one is called Tree Knocker. And that's Makeup Girlies, what it looks like. It's pretty, and it definitely looks very similar for once. So this is the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 photos in, and this is the first one that I think actually looks like the yarn that I ordered. Mine definitely has more of the deeper browns in it, but that I don't have issues with because it's like they're all the same colors and you can tell that they're done in batch dyes. So when you're winding it, you may get more of one color than another just because the way that the dye happens. And I understand that from when I went to school and did dyeing and things that like dye doesn't take the same, especially when it's like twisted hanks and things like this, with the variegation and lots of speckles. It doesn't take the same all across it, so you're going to get individuality, which is the benefit of a hand-dyed yarn. But they're at least the same colors. Like, this is the color that I expected on here, and it's just done in different stripy patterns. But I love how this is warm. Like, these browns in here have like this creepy warmth to them. Like, they're almost golden and calling to you. I think that's a really fun way to do it. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I definitely think that's a really cool dynamic with the colors. This one looks very similar to Tree Knocker, and it's called Don't Whistle in the Woods, which is something I've never heard. As a witch, I've always heard that you don't whistle in graveyards. As a theater person, I know that you don't whistle in a theater, but I've never heard that you don't whistle in the woods, and if that's the case, I'm doomed. Because I whistle, well, I can't whistle, but I like to hum and stuff in the woods. Are you not supposed to do that? Local cryptid keepers, chime in the comments. Tell me if that's a thing or not. Put them side by side so you can see, like, look how much gold and, like, fun, creepy colors that is. And then this one is just, like, super, like, fallen leaves and decomposition on the ground. I think these are fun. I'm not a neutral person at all, but I dig these two colors. In the photo, it's definitely a little bit more yellow, or like has more of those gold hues to it, and I think it doesn't have as much of that in the actual hank itself, but I'm still not mad. This one is called She's Coming For You, which I want to know more about, but it's like red, pink, bloody in that. Those are not the same. This is so much darker than that is. And that frustrates me. I understand, and I've said it hundreds of times throughout these videos, the idea of adding lighting to your photos or brightening them just a bit so you can see all the variegation in the colors and everything. But if it's going to change the way the yarn looks, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't have any problem with these colors being so dark on the actual yarns themselves. I just am upset because this is not what I was expecting to get based on the photos that I saw. Sue me. Don't actually. Wait a minute. Look very hold please. We're gonna retract most of this just for this yarn alone because that doesn't look anything like this. This in the bundle photo, that's what it looks like. Right? And it's the dark color, but in the actual like color of the, why are those so different? Make that make sense to me. Dragon Hoard, what is going on? These are supposed to be the same thing. So why does the mini skein look so much darker than the full skein? I don't understand. Does anyone on my page understand that? Anyone of my subscribers get that Backgrowth Club reference? Don't understand, bitch. Don't understand. Nope, just me. Okay. Don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. Don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. Next one is called Mimic. We have the same issue here. In the individual photo, which is this, given this one is on a different base, so I will give them credit. Different base, it looks much more pigmented than this one does, which is the opposite for them. This looks more light, but if we remember from the Wednesday Addams collection, this one, when we did the, what was it, unicorn nail job, that one also had the same thing where it was like more faded on the actual yarn and more pigmented in the actual photo. But that's what it looks like compared to this fell off. That's what it looks like. Don't blow out. In the mini, that's what it looks like in the photo. But if we go into the full and zoom in a little bit here, it's kind of a little closer. Like there's definitely more yellows and oranges in that, but it's still a little faded, and that's although this is a really cool color. I don't know where the rainbowy came from, but whatever. Next one is called Carnivorous Unicorn, and this is fun. This is a really fun purpley color. in the group photo of the collection, it matches a little bit. The purples are a little more purple in the photo than they are in this. So again, just like the lightning thing. But then you put the individual photo, those are not the same at all. The purples and pinks are so much more vibrant in that compared to this. So did anybody buy the full skeins of this? Do I have anyone who's actually like purchased full skeins of these hanks from Dragon Hoard? Because like these colors are really cool, but I would love to know why the full is different than the mini. I need someone to explain that to me like I'm 5. And that's the whole collection. Again, this is what the full photo looks like. They're kind of a little closer than they are in the main photos, I guess. There's still some brightening, like the Mimic, and then the 2 green colors, which were, what were they called? River Child Beckons and Wind Boy. They're definitely still darker in the real world than compared to the photos. But like, She's Coming For You, Hellhound, and what was it, Mothman Conspiracies? Yeah, those are definitely closer to the main photo in this, but the individuals still look so different. And that's so weird to me. I will say, great staging though, really high quality yarn, because everybody loves when it's super soft. It's got the nice going on here. I just am a little perplexed because the colors don't match based on the photos, or at least what I expected from the photos from what I've seen. So I guess if you're buying from any yarn person, because the only one I've seen that's been super true so far has been Aquarius Make. Her colors have been really true. See, so like Craftedly Dyed, Sheepyshire, those were all really similar to what came out of it. And Bad Sheep does have some. There's some that it says like there's green in this, and I didn't see any frickin' green. Peony. But for the most part, yeah, the colors are pretty true. I've just noticed that I don't really think Dragon Hoard or Yarn Love was the other one. The colors seem a little different in the way that the photos are edited. Beautiful yarns. Very excited to see what gets made with that. What would you make with this? And which color is your face? Which color from this is your absolute favorite? Let me know in the comments and we'll go from there. Thanks for unboxing this with me. Let's taste beverages. I also got a cookie because we have... Aldi has my favorite cookie ever. I don't know if you're an Aldi person or not, but they have like a salted caramel chocolate chip cookie. And when they're in stock, we buy like 8 of them. But this batch tastes different. It tastes like there's more brown sugar or something in it. Don't really care. Still really good, but I love the salt. What's your favorite cookie? Tell me in the comments. Quick reminder before we get into the water drop that Snow is a lovely blend of blueberry, blackberry, and apple with all the fun vitamins and whatnot. I actually really like this in the first video. I think Snow was actually the first video, I'm pretty sure, of Vlogmas this year. So cheers. Apple comes through really strong, which I love. It's also a fun, like, peachy pinky cut. Well, more pinky purple. Am I going colorblind? I don't know. Fabulous. Thank you to Waterdrop for making the advent, and I look forward to potentially being sponsored by you. Not potentially, it's gonna happen. That is one of my goals. I didn't make resolutions this year, but I definitely make goals, and that's one of the ones that I'm comfortable talking about publicly. But I look forward to my sponsorship, Waterdrop. I'm gonna be real bold, and I'm gonna manifest that. Alright, I will see you for the next Vlogmas video, which I'm gonna try and film and get out to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks for coming. Bye.